There is a general direction all these services are headed. Let me share with you 10 major trends in video subscription. The way I look at it, it's going to be very normal for us to have 3 to 5 different subscriptions at the same time. Even when Disney Plus launched, 80% of their subscribers also had Netflix. Each service will get more focused on a certain kind of content, and eventually we'll need a mix of a few. Access. It's going to become easier to try out and subscribe to new services as they're released. Apparently, a third of Disney Plus subscribers are actually taking advantage of their deal with Verizon, where some users get up to a year free. We see every major service coming out this year, from Quibi to HBO Max, have tie-ups with carriers, so it's easier to onboard new users. We're also seeing real deep integration between streaming services and TVs. Some of them have their apps pre-installed, and Netflix and Prime even have dedicated buttons on LG Smart TV remotes. More consolidation. If a deal at the scale of Disney and Fox could happen, there are many more to come. It's going to be great for users, because every service would eventually have more variety to offer.
One of the things I did want to talk to you about is the international market, because that's where you think the growth is going to come.
That's not one market, but yes.
International expansion. More of it for Netflix, much more for others. 3 years ago, Netflix tried to partner with a Baidu-owned streaming service. But the partnership itself didn't last long. They claimed their system to verify users weren't secure. They may give this a second shot. Eventually, we have much more standardized libraries of movies and shows across countries. Cable stays. 2 reasons why. News and sports. Live news and live sports. Even if cable dies sooner, it's not going to be because all the sports channels go direct to consumer with their own platform. It could be because Facebook Live outbids the rest and gets streaming rights. But until then, cable serves a purpose.
I'll binge it, or I'll watch 5 series this month, and then I'll switch it off, and I'll go over to HBO Max, and I'll switch that off 2 months later, and I'll go to the next place.
More churn. Churn rates show how many new subscribers leave after the trial period. As more services come out, people might want to just give them a shot while it's free. Netflix's churn rate at the lowest is about 8%. This may go up for the streaming space across the board. Contracts. Locking users in through contracts, or at least offering discounts if you subscribe for a year instead of a month. We saw how WeWork filled the news when they had cash flow problems, because customers wanted to get a desk with like a 1-month commitment, while WeWork had debt burdens on the building lease for 15 years. So streaming companies may need to be forced to get users to commit long-term, just like how cable companies were doing.
We don't love it when Apple comes between you and the things you love to listen to.
Subscription tax. Apple has been doing this. When new users sign up for any subscription service through an iOS app, Apple gets 15% of the monthly fee. Netflix is one of the few companies that bypass this. So new users can't sign up through their app. They're forced to go to the website, enter their card details there, and then come back to the app and use Netflix. Would Google implement something like this on their Android apps, or will TV companies also demand a piece of the action? We'll see. Sharing accounts. Just in 2019, an estimated 9.1 billion was lost in password sharing between friends, relatives, and even illegal sales. Streaming companies could choose to crack down on this, but they fear it could promote something even worse. This brings me on to my last point. Piracy, VPN, and ad blocking. Nowadays, it's really easy to torrent entire seasons of shows and watch them on your desktop or TV. Many broadband providers and even governments have tried to stop people from torrenting, but you have a lot of options. You could just use a proxy server or subscribe to a VPN. And finally, you have ad blockers. It is so easy to use ad blockers. 40% of millennials know how to, 20% of Gen X's. Even the largest streamer, YouTube, hasn't found a way to permanently ban it. So pretty much every ad-supported service will be prone to it.